Time for your health check now at 6:44 this morning. What do you do if someone in your home tests positive for COVID-19? Well, health and wellness reporter Sonia Azad explains.
So we're doing our part staying at home, but what do you do to protect yourself if someone in your house or apartment is sick with COVID-19? First, sleep in different rooms. Also, if possible, don't share a bathroom.
If you have to share a bathroom, make sure that you wipe down frequently touched surfaces immediately after the person with the virus uses the bathroom.
That means wipe down doorknobs, the toilet handle, sink, and countertop. Sick people got to use their own utensils, plates, and cups. And if they can, prepare their own food and wash their own dishes.
If, however, you need to wash those things, you should wear a mask and gloves, and when done, put the mask and gloves in a plastic bag, dispose of them in the trash, and wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water for at least 20 seconds.
Dr. Elizabeth Jacobs says keep pets away from the infected person and do not allow visitors to come over. As for the person who's sick,
if that person wants to come out in a common space, they should actually wear a face mask. And if you can, open a window or turn on the air conditioning. Air movement will help disperse the virus in the air and make it less likely for you to breathe it in.
All right, when it comes to doing chores, let's say opening the mail, have the healthy person do it. Now, you can wear gloves, but it's very important that you then remove them without contaminating your hands and toss them immediately. Then you go right over to the sink and wash your hands with soap and water for 30 seconds. This really is the best way, you guys, to avoid the spread of germs in your household for you and your family. In Dallas, I'm Sonia Azad.
All right, time now for a